Hi, this is Misha, and I've already done kind of a look at Klingon ships, Romulan ships. So now it's time to look at Vulcan ships. We're going to get through these. These are the 5 examples out from Eagle Moss, and are most of the Vulcan ships we've seen. For a race that's been in Star Trek the longest, outside of humans, of course, we really have seen very few Vulcan ships. And what we have seen have mostly been brought to us thanks to Enterprise. In fact, out of the 5 total we have here, 4 are from Enterprise. And we're going to go chronologically so we can kind of look at the evolution of the Vulcan warp system. The annular warp drive, as it's often called. So we're going to look at the survey ship, featured in the episode of Enterprise from Season 2, Carbon Creek, where this crashes on Earth, very 1950s alien style. I always wondered about that when you overhear all this alien talk. If you add up all the ships that they say crashed on Earth, I have to wonder just how darn reliable, or lack thereof, are their ships. Jeez, they're crashing all the time. But I digress. Vulcans crash in Carbon Creek. I believe it's Pennsylvania. That was in 1957, very specifically, because it was a survey mission sent by the Vulcan Science Directorate to observe the launch of Sputnik, humanity's first artificial satellite. They run into trouble and crash land. This ship is about 24 meters tip to tip, so not tiny, considering it has a crew of 4. In the episode, the captain was killed upon impact, or shortly thereafter, leaving 3 Vulcans stranded on Earth for a decent period of time. This was an interstellar ship. It's not a shuttle. It didn't operate from a mothership that we know of. We don't know its top warp, but obviously there was enough to get from Earth to Vulcan in a reasonable period of time. Let's say warp 4. Why not? The ship crashes, and that's really all we see of it. It's capable of atmospheric flight and landing. Perhaps taking off, but can't confirm that. Kind of reminds me of a contemporary, human ship from that era. Like not a little after, but like an Apollo, which had a crew of 3, a space capsule. This kind of has a capsule style going on. Had the crew of 4, like I said. It doesn't have the full ring warp drive, but it has these 2 wings that kind of curve up, giving kind of a proto-ring warp drive look. We can assume that these are part of the warp system, along with this back section. It also had, of course, impulse and good long-range sensors because it was a survey craft. And we can assume it was very logical. It has the typical Vulcan color scheme. It is otherwise a pretty simplistic design. This model came out from Eagle Moss late last year. It is unique for just existing. As I say in quite a few videos, a lot of these ships are just neat for the fact that they did them. Most model collections will do the major ships, but secondary ones and ones seen in only an episode or two, like this, rarely get made. This one's well done. It's got a good chunk of metal to it, solid feeling. For all that, it's a little boring, but then again, it's a Vulcan ship. So, I think they're intentionally not exactly the most exciting. And we don't know if it had weapons or armaments. It was never mentioned. Probably did not have shields. It's a reasonably big size, though, which isn't always good. So yeah, the Vulcan survey ship, used in the 20th century by the Vulcan Science Directorate. Possibly retired out at the end of the 20th century or beginning of the 21st. And a dedicated science craft. A tribute to Vulcan. And a neat model from Eagle Moss, besides, if intentionally a bit boring. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. If you could, like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned as we get to the other ships in the little Vulcan fleet series here. This is Misha, and I'll catch you very soon next time.